If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. This is not the news Warriors fans ever wanted to hear, but it's happening. Kevon Looney, the Iron Man of the Golden State Warriors frontcourt, the man who has quietly held this team together through championship runs and injury crises, is officially moving on. The reality is setting in like a punch to the gut. For nearly a decade, Looney was the heartbeat of the paint, the unselfish warrior who never demanded the spotlight but always delivered in the moments that mattered most. And now it's over. The question on everyone's mind is simple: why now, and what does this mean for the future of the Golden State Warriors? For years, Kevon Looney was the definition of consistency. Through the highs of championship parades and the lows of heartbreaking playoff exits, he was there. Night after night, taking on the NBA's biggest bodies, battling through injuries most players wouldn't even warm up with, and doing it all without ever complaining. He was the kind of teammate every superstar dreams of having, and Stephen Curry knew it. Draymond Green knew it. Klay Thompson knew it. This wasn't just another role player, this was the glue guy, the backbone of a dynasty. So how did we get here? How does a player so vital to the Warriors' culture end up walking away from the Bay? The answer, as always in the modern NBA, is complicated. Part of it is business. Looney had 1 year left on his contract, and with the Warriors' payroll already ballooning to historic levels, management faced tough choices. They'd been hovering near the second apron of the luxury tax, and with the new CBA rules making it nearly impossible to keep deep rosters intact, someone had to be sacrificed. But still, it's shocking that it's Looney. Because you can replace talent, but you can't replace heart. Looney's departure isn't just a basketball move, it's a seismic shift in the Warriors' identity. This is a team built on chemistry and trust, and Looney was one of the few players who bridged every era of this dynasty. He came in as a quiet rookie in 2015, played through a laundry list of injuries, and evolved into a defensive anchor and elite rebounder. Who can forget the 22-rebound masterpiece against the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2022 playoffs? Or the way he smothered Domantas Sabonis last year, completely changing the Kings' offense? These weren't just games, these were defining moments in Golden State history. Now, with Looney gone, Steve Kerr and the Warriors front office face an uncomfortable truth: the safety net in the middle is gone. Looney wasn't a flashy shot blocker like Rudy Gobert, but he was always in the right place at the right time. His rebounding instincts, his ability to switch on the perimeter, his unselfish screens, these things don't show up in highlight reels, but they win championships. And without him, the Warriors' defense just got a whole lot more vulnerable. Inside the locker room, this move is going to sting. Steph Curry has often called Looney one of the smartest players he's ever played with. Draymond has said Looney does the dirty work no one else wants to do. And that's exactly it. Looney never cared about his own stats. He cared about winning. You can't teach that. You can't buy that. And now, they'll have to learn how to win without it. From Looney's perspective, this decision wasn't just about the Warriors wanting to move on. He's earned the right to find a team that will value him financially and give him a clear role. In Golden State's current small ball heavy offense, his minutes were starting to dwindle, especially with younger bigs and new small ball strategies taking over. Looney is 28, still in his prime, and there are plenty of teams that need a tough, intelligent big man who knows how to win. The Lakers, the Bucks, the Heat all could use a player like him. And if he lands with a contender, don't be surprised if he's making key plays deep in the playoffs while the Warriors are watching from home. The Warriors' fanbase is split. Some understand the financial constraints, the need to get younger, and the desire to prepare for life after Steph, Klay, and Draymond. Others see this as a betrayal of loyalty, a cold dismissal of a player who gave everything to this franchise. Social media is already on fire, with fans posting highlight clips, emotional tributes, and even calling for the front office to reverse the decision. But the reality is, in the business of basketball, sentiment rarely wins over strategy. Still, there's something different about this loss. The Warriors have lost stars before. Kevin Durant walked. Andre Iguodala retired. Shaun Livingston moved on. But each of those departures felt like the natural course of things. Looney leaving feels like someone ripped a page out of the middle of the dynasty's story. It's jarring, because it's not just the end of a chapter, it's the end of a foundation. Steph Curry, who is already dealing with the reality that his championship window is shrinking, now has to go into next season without one of his most reliable teammates. The pressure will be immense. Without Looney's screens to free him, without Looney's rebounds to create second chances, Curry will have to shoulder even more of the offensive and defensive load. Draymond Green will also feel the impact. He's going to have to guard bigger players more often, which could wear him down faster over the season. And let's be honest, the Warriors front office is gambling here. They're betting that their younger players can step up. Maybe Tracy Jackson-Davis gets more minutes. Maybe they finally sign another center in free agency. But replacing Looney's basketball IQ and chemistry is a tall order. Young players can be talented, but they don't have the years of playoff battles, the scars of facing LeBron James in the finals, or the experience of shutting down elite big men under pressure. What does this mean long term? It could be the first sign that the Warriors are officially moving into their next phase. Not a rebuild, not yet, but a transition. A team that once dominated through veteran cohesion and championship pedigree is now being forced to rely on unproven depth and whatever moves they can make under the tight constraints of the CBA. The days of having a stacked roster from top to bottom might be over. Looney's exit might also send a message to the rest of the league and to the Warriors' own players that no one is untouchable. If Kevon Looney, a three-time champion and the ultimate teammate, can be let go, then everyone is on notice. Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, even Klay Thompson, who is entering free agency, will be watching closely. Because if the Warriors are willing to part with Looney, they might be willing to make even bigger, bolder moves to reshape the roster. As for Looney himself, wherever he goes next, he's taking a legacy with him. A legacy of toughness, selflessness, and doing the little things that make great teams unstoppable. And maybe, just maybe, leaving Golden State will light a new fire in him, a fire to prove that he's more than just a role player, that he can be a difference maker anywhere he goes. For Warriors fans, this is a bittersweet moment. The memories will last forever, the rebounds, the grit, the quiet fist pumps after a big play. But the reality is, the team you've known for years is changing before your eyes. The dynasty isn't dead yet, but it's evolving. And Kevon Looney moving on might just be the moment we look back on and say that's when everything started to change. This isn't just a roster update. This isn't just another off-season move. This is the end of an era. Kevon Looney leaves the Bay as a champion, a warrior in every sense of the word, and a player whose absence will be felt in ways that stats will never capture. Golden State now faces a future without one of its most reliable soldiers, and the road ahead just got a lot more uncertain. And for the fans? Well, buckle up. Because if this is how the off-season starts, the next few months are going to be a wild ride.